Well, if you've logged into your Facebook page here in the last couple of days, which is really kind of silly because we know you probably have many times over the last couple of days, you've probably noticed some changes, and you've probably noticed that a lot of people aren't happy with those Facebook changes. Well, today, Desiree Ford, owner of Pink Media, is here to explain some of the changes so that you can stay informed, kind of make some decisions about what you want to do, and where to direct all of your hate mail. It would be basically Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, you guys, Facebook's a growing, living, organic place. It's always changing. It's all about your life, what's happening. So we can't expect it to not change all the time. But it's going to change for the better.
Well, it's changing like every 5 minutes, I think, is the big concern.
It's just this week.
Okay.
Yesterday was F8, which is Facebook's big yearly announcement of all their changes and where they're going to be going for the next year. So they made a lot of wonderful announcements about how profile changes, accounts are changing, how things are going to look, and from the hey, look at me mentality to who are you, and let's get to know who you are all the time, from when you're younger, when you're older, who your life is, what's going on. So a lot of the changes that happened is so that we can highlight that stuff.
Okay.
So up on the screen we have a couple of the big changes as far as how the interface looks right now. One of the big things that I absolutely love is that we now have bigger pictures on our profile.
I did notice that. I thought something was wrong with the kind of the parameters of my monitor.
No, they've made the profile pictures bigger so you can kind of see what's going on and read what's happening. It makes it bigger, easier to read, easier to see what's going on, and you can get a better idea of what's going on. We also have made the thumbnails bigger so that they're a little bit easier to see, especially when you're talking logos and people's pictures, or if they have crowds in their pictures, you can see it better. They've also readjusted the navigation, so now you have a picture of yourself along with your name, and then you can pull down all of your icons underneath.
This is what has everybody fired up.
Yeah, it's
right there.
It's called the ticker. What had happened is when every single activity that you do on Facebook is logged. So every time you like a page, comment on something, it would show up in the news feed of all of your friends. And it gets a little cluttered and uninformative. And the news feed is supposed to be about what's going on in your life. So what the ticker has done is it's taken all of those elements out and moved them to the side so that you can enjoy the information and the activity.
I don't care, and that sounds hateful, but I really don't care what people that are friends with my friends have said.
Uh-huh.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't know them. So how do I make that stop? I don't want that madness on my page.
At the time, the ticker is still this live updating thing, so just kind of got to wait for it to go past or just ignore it. I think with all of the things and busyness that's going on.
She really doesn't care.
I know. That's going on. It's just something that eventually we'll learn to tune out, just like we kind of will tune out advertisements or things. But once that thing that interests you, sparks you, it'll be there. Like maybe there's a song, like last week I saw Hanson in concert, big Hanson fan, and I was telling my friends about it and posting songs. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe you like them, or oh my God, I love them too, when are you going? Get me a t-shirt. I mean, so it allows for that conversation to spark, and you can kind of grow and learn and discover new things that you didn't know about before.
Okay, that you may have missed on the wall.
So
okay, I
Facebook's
understand.
new direction for the next year is let's grow.
What about the status update? It looks like it's changed a little bit.
It's just become a button.
Okay.
So one of the other things is now we can subscribe. Subscribing is a really new feature so that we can kind of interact with people more. This is Tom Anderson. A lot of you guys don't know, but he's the founder of MySpace.
Oh.
And so I would normally be friends with Tom.
R.I.P.
Oh. But he's moved on to Facebook, and you can subscribe to him, and then I can follow what his posts are. And he, as the owner of the page, can pick and choose what his subscribers, what he shares with his subscribers versus what he shares with his friends.
Okay.
Okay, so
they're really kind of taking the lead, or not even leading, following Twitter.
Yeah, it's kind of
concept.
it's sort of taking a lot of the elements that are successful in multiple social media platforms and bringing them into one space. So another thing that they've changed, and this is within the fan pages, the business pages. So this is Pink Media's. And I have friends who like my fan page, and so they've added a new feature called Friend Activity. So it can show how my friends are interacting with my Facebook page.
I'm confused. Say it again.
So you and I are friends on Facebook, and you also like Pink Media. I have a special place to see where my friends are interacting with my business.
Desiree, I bet you the next two guests that we have on our show, I bet you they have a ton of friends on Facebook.
I bet you.
And in the world.
Yes, and they probably, the subscribe feature and the like feature is going to be huge for them because then they can pick and choose what to share with their family members versus what to share with their fans. So I have
You guys
a little...
have a lot of fans and friends?
1 or 2, 700,000, somewhere around there.
700,000. It's funny because I just
Give or
hit
take, at Marlon
800,000.
L. Wayans, just in case. Just put social networking at Marlon L. Wayans at Twitter.
There we go. So
right.
my last thing I want to make sure I touch on with you guys, again, I mentioned F8 was yesterday. I have a little bit of a preview of what the new Facebook layouts are going to look like. Like I said, we're going away from, ooh, look at me, to who
Let's
are
get to
you?
know. Well, let's talk a little
So-
bit more about that the next time you come. Perhaps we can walk through the steps of
Yes.
creating that. And in the meantime, you can find more information with her. We'll provide a link on our website. All right, coming up